Can we find the cheapest meat deals in America? Quest and adventure. The search is on. All right, good friends, it has been a bit since we have been into Aldi, but I'm looking for some of America's cheapest meat deals at the grocery store, and I feel like Aldi might be the ticket. And we got our quarter. And it's Friday. We want to get some Aldi pizza too for Friday night dinner, and these are really nice prices, but the cheaper chicken ones, these cheese ones, $5.99. I'll get a couple more. Probably get 2 of these pepperonis as well. Now we've got lots of John Henry produce still, but they've got some nice prices in here. These gigantic grapes, $5.78. So you won't see me buying a lot of produce today unless something jumps out, because we are stocked up pretty well on fresh produce. I definitely wanted to see some meat deals while we are in our city today. But of course, you know me and the little cucumbers, I am almost out of my celery, so I will get these for $1.89. And then of course we have all the yummies. Look at the little Oreo muffins and some cinnamon rolls. Those look delicious. Oh, and my gluten-free folks needed more gluten-free bread from here while we're here. So I will see if I can get a whole box. It's 1 box. We have other bread items. Let's see. I think we need hot dog buns though, because I have Costco hot dogs. So that could be another thing on our easy breezy weekend menu. I could defrost the hot dogs, and so pizza, here, let's meal plan. Pizza and fruit Friday night, hot dogs in the slow cooker, and hot dog buns and fruit, and we'll get something else to go with it Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. Let me get one more thing of buns. We'll see what else. I wanted to do baked beans the other day to go with hot dogs. Of course, we have all the goodies. Applesauce pouches. Looking at the cheeses. We need some more cheese to go with sandwiches. $1.59. These are nice. And okay, 12 slices. Seeing if they have bigger packs anywhere. I guess not. Well, we'll get some pepper jack. And then we will get some Colby. We still have Sharp Shopper deli meat frozen. Unless I saw a phenomenal stock up price for lunch meat. Decision was made there with that pizza. That cookie looks fun. Oh, look at that. Cookie dough poppins. Safe to eat raw. You know if it's Reese, I'm gonna look at it. Okay, looking at the rice for a moment. Brown rice, white rice. Okay. Of course, I just want to eat noodles right now. We got some good 58-cent good emergency mac and cheese. That would be like glory at my house. Please make some emergency mac and cheese. Okay, I might do what I call beanie weenies too in the slow cooker. So just looking, $1.29 for 28 ounces. These are $1.79 and also 28 ounces. Well, I will go with the cheaper chicken, although some people won't like the peppers. Okay, some baked beans with some hot dogs. got here. I'm not sure of our milk situation at home. I just got milk last week. Let's see, coffee creamer wise. This is for some of my coffee drinkers who like those creamers. Okay, so they got $1.59 a pound chicken, tenderloins. I really like getting their drumsticks and such. That makes for such easy meals. Yes, okay, lots of good things happening here. Looking at the meat. I mean, obviously I'm looking at meat, but I want to see like roast prices. So 2.5 pounds, $22. $8.49 a pound. These roast $7.49 a pound, but you got 4 pounds. I mean, you know, a little dinner. And then we've got pork loins, $2.09. And bigger, yes. I just did pulled barbecue with one of these. And they've got salmon, 3 pounds, $8.69 a pound. Just always love throwing a roast in. These are $7.99. These are $7.49. So I can struggle to get the little bags open, right? What else we can find down here. $8.49. Okay, now we're down to the cheaper chicken. $1.55 a pound. And $1.09 a pound, and these make everybody happy, so that's a win. Alrighty, so there's some weekend stock up, some miscellaneous stock up, some meat stock up. Now we're gonna go around and see if there's anything else we're missing. Looking through here, okay, that's their cream cheese price. I do have more low-carb, sugar-free cheesecakes I was gonna do this weekend, so just check that out. You know, low-carb cheesecake priorities. Okay, let's see. Milk-wise, I should probably get some milk while we're here. Whoop. eggs are $1.96 a dozen. Now I'm gonna see what else they got going on. So they got 77-cent a pound whole frozen turkeys. Nice. Makes me feel like I should get a turkey right now. Limit one, let's do it. Oh, can I? Is one loose? Okay, 13.18 pounds, 10.15. Oops, sounds good to me. Being asked about fries. Let me see here. These aren't really big, but like not a big bag. $4.25. Oh, we got waffle fries. These are like cute little baby bags, also in the oven. Decisions have been made. We'll get 2 of these to do tonight. Also, juggling all of this in our baby oven. Well, look at all the delicious desserts. Wow. I got a pumpkin cheesecake that's low carb that we're going to make soon. Oh, corn on the cob. Okay, that might be fun. And I can do that in the slow cooker. Also, there we go. Okay. Back because there's nowhere else to put the carts. Okay, we're going back to Aldi Return the Quarter Spool. Yep, hook that chain in and then you get a quarter. Nice. You guys know that I love to talk about healthy eating, lifestyle changes, and fitness goals that are slow, steady, and measurable. I just love the data. That's why today, thank you Hume for sponsoring today's video. Click the first link in the description below for a discount code of 20% off that additionally stacks on top of Hume's current sale for up to 50% off. Wow, that's a lot of savings. Along with all the savings, the Hume Body Pod is HSA and FSA eligible for U.S. customers, so you can potentially get it covered for free by your health insurance. The discount code is valid for 7 days. I want to introduce you to the Body Pod, which is a powerful body scan for better health tracking. All smart scales and body analyzers out there only provide you with your measurement. Most people don't even know what to do with those numbers or what to improve next. The Body Pod is the world's first body analyzer, which uses AI to study your behavior, such as your sleep, nutrition, activity, and connecting all of that with your body data, which provides you with personalized feedback and insights so you can easily understand which areas you need to work on. Where a traditional smart scale is a good baseline to measure basic composition, it measures only the lower half of your body and uses an equation to calculate your full body composition. I think it's very interesting to track my body fat and my muscle mass and the relationship between those, which can help show fluctuations dimensions unlike traditional scales. Thanks again to Hume for sponsoring today's video. Again, be sure to click the first link in the description below for a discount code that's 20% off, but it additionally stacks on top of Hume's current sale for up to a total savings of 50% off. And remember, along with all this fantastic savings, the Hume Body Pod again is HSA and FSA eligible for US customers, so potentially you could get it covered for free by your health insurance. Don't worry, it is cold out. The meat will be okay. We are going to do a 10-minute run in. We have request. But boots right when we walk in. What do we got going on here? Okay, those are cute. A 10, $8.99. Those are my size too. Do I need new boots? No. Would I like them? Yes. These look big though. Guess I'm gonna have to try them on. I don't see a size in here. Oh, that says 10. And I have other girlies in my house. We share shoes. It's a pretty sweater. I have some similar to that. Those are pretty though. Fully focus in here, but we're just like, quick, what can you see? Whoa, treasures have been found. Only have 4 minutes left, but they are frantically scouring. Okay, so everybody is happy. We have our stuffies replenished. All right, friends, we are back from our afternoon. Can we find the cheapest meat deals in America? Quest and adventure. The search is on. Also got some stuff at the thrift store, and we need to process some super cheap John Henry produce, so let's get going. And thanks for dealing with me. I feel like my theme for October 2025 is I've had this big personal project I've had to deep dive into, and it has kept me from doing all my food planning, deep dive hopes and dreams, but we're getting grocery shopping done, and that's something. And that basement, it's a-coming. So I did stock back up on 6 loaves of gluten-free bread for my gluten-free folks. We keep this in the freezer, and it ain't cheap. Let me see here. I'm looking at my list. Yeah, it is $6.99 a loaf. One day maybe we'll make gluten-free bread at home, right? But right now, Aldi keeps us in bread. I told one of my teens to bring up, we've got 4 big packs of hot dogs. I'm gonna do those in one slow cooker tomorrow. Hey, look, we meal prepped. We got our hot dog buns. And these hot dog buns were $1.39 a pack. Then I also got 2 packs of frozen corn, and I thought, hey, look, we meal prep. We will put these in the other slow cooker along with fresh fruit from John Henry General Store, and this is gonna be our Saturday, probably into Sunday. I mean, at least lunch options, so that's great. For dinner tonight, fancy, fancy Friday night. We got 2 pepperoni pizzas and we have 2 cheese pizzas. And my guys that were with me were like, can we do some fries? So we got these 2, they're 22-ounce bags of fries. So this is gonna be like a handful of fries. Okay, not many fries for folks, but that's okay. That's our Friday night fun. And of course, fruit to go along with that. Stocked up on cheese. Been a little bit since I got the Aldi cheese. These were $1.59 a pack. I was like, that's odd. These are 11 slices. These are 10 slices. Okay, I mean, it's Aldi's rules, right? That's just how that worked out. I am going to do, hopefully tomorrow, 2 9 by 13 strawberry cheesecakes. And it's a recipe I love to make from Dr. Ben Binkman's How Not to Get Sick book. And you know we love to make the recipes. So hold on, let me show it to you. So this is, yeah, it's a blackberry cheesecake version. And I've made it with the blackberries a couple times now. And so I just thought we'll do strawberries this weekend. That'll be fun. And this recipe is low carb and sugar-free and gluten-free. And everybody here loves it. So I got some cream cheese to go for that effort. And then some of my coffee drinkers like these sugar-free coffee creamers. So I got a hazelnut and a French vanilla. Also for me, myself, and I got 2 packs of the mini cucumbers. This is like a weekend's worth of cucumbers for me that I will have. I have some mashed avocado left from, I almost said Sharp Shopper, but left from Costco. Oh, and then I just thought the other day, like when we do the hot dogs, we should have some baked beans with that. So I've got some baked bean lovers. I've also made homemade baked beans before, but that's okay. We can also warm them from a can. It'll work out okay. And my turkey here it just seemed like 'tis the season. Let's get a turkey in the freezer. So this was 77 cents a pound, ended up being $10.15. Whole milk was $3.26 a gallon. I think we have a couple milks, but you know, I can always stay a couple ahead. This is, you know, 2.5, 3 days worth of milk, but that's okay. These will just go behind whatever milks we have left in the downstairs refrigerator. We were there, I had room in my cart, so that worked out fine. And then for these meat deals, so I feel like the chicken's great prices. The pork's pretty okay. Some of these other things, I mean, it's just expensive out there, right? So I got a salmon, and I'm thinking I might do this. Let's see, it's Friday, so busy weekend. Say it with me. Pizza, fries, corn, hot dogs, fun kid stuff. But maybe by Sunday, I can do this salmon on the sheet pan, also do some steamed broccoli, maybe some quinoa or some brown rice, and that can be our Sunday evening meal. So yes, $26 piece of salmon, $8.69 a pound, but it should be this plus some heavy healthy side items should be one dinner for 10, no leftovers. And I got some lemon we can do, and it'll be plenty for one large family dinner. Then over here, so I've got this half a pork loin, $2.09 a pound, a little over 5 pounds, $10.55. This would also be a slow cooker dinner coming up with baked potatoes and some other side items. Then I got 2 of these Black Angus bottom round roasts. These are $7.49 a pound, 4.34 pounds. I mean, this I could count as one meal. This 2.75 pounds could also be a separate meal. I was thinking of doing them both, but now that I'm looking at them and knowing the fresh produce that I have, this will probably be 2 different dinners. Questionable. I mean, maybe this will have a few portions for the following day. That's already gone. And then skipping the cheaper chicken for a minute, also got a half butt pork roast, $2.99 a pound, 5.3 pounds. So again, that's one meal, questionable amount of leftovers. And this is another one, 6.96. So these would be good for, again, pulled pork barbecue. That's what everyone's been loving here this week. So I thought, well, in a few weeks I might do that again or do some variation. Also, they had a limit for on the grass-fed ground beef. I believe it was $6.99 a pound. So I went ahead, got 4 pounds. We'll have it in the freezer. I have one family member that meal preps about a pound of ground beef many days for some food variation things that they do. And that works well. So I thought, well, at least for them, I mean, this can be 4 different days of them meal prepping their ground beef. They do things with protein just like their mom here does, and add it on with different meals and have their protein counts and all of that. So there you go. Mama got some grass-fed ground beef meal prep. I only ended up being able to get one of these chickens because the other one I had brought up front didn't have the sticker. I couldn't find an employee just to quickly, I don't know, do something, press some buttons so I could get the second one. So I had my 10-year-old just walk that second one back, put it back in their chicken section, so it was still, you know, where it needed to be. We just couldn't check out with it, and we had to go because we had thrift store hopes and dreams. So these drumsticks, I always love getting these. Everyone in my house, you know, I've been doing bone-in chicken and easy drumstick sheet pan meals for a good bit now. My whole household loves it. We used to not eat so much bone-in chicken. For many years, I did the boneless, skinless chicken breast. Then when I got doing, of course, we raised whole birds. And then when I bought whole birds, like from local farms and stuff. Anyway, just a skill to be used to eating chicken with bones in it and eating the skin and enjoying all of it. So these chicken drumsticks are $1.09 a pound, and so, you know, $5.47 for this pack, $4.98 for that pack. So, you know, a little over $10 of meat there with some side items. That'll be a delicious dinner. And if we do both packs, there can be some left for the following day, and then sometimes there is not, and that's okay. So I do those for one dinner and hope to have, you know, a few lunch leftovers. And I got, so, you know, one dinner here. I'm just showing you the dinners I'm going to make out of these. And then here's another one for $5.32 and another pack for $5.26. So just a little over $10 there for the meat for that dinner. And then I also got some leg quarters, and these were $1.19 a pound. And so I would do both of these. Again, I'm on my baby oven right now. So 2 smaller sheet pans. I would do both of these for a dinner, and we would have some leftovers. But these, of course, confuse my younger guys because they're used to the drumsticks. So with these quarters, they're like, what do we do with this? That's okay. I just pull that chicken off and stuff for them. Kids, family members, different ages and stages. So for this grocery haul this afternoon, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be part of a dinner, but I would really need to do 2 chickens. And I do have some Costco chickens. Sorry, I was back to counting. Now I got to count again. One dinner, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these are probably 8 to 10. And then we've got the ground beef that would go for something. And then this chicken would go with another chicken from the freezer. Oh, and we have the turkey, which this turkey, I could probably count this as 2 dinners or so, plus side items. Plus, you know, we'd have the bones and the turkey neck, and we could do some broth and some gravy and some good things with that. So that's the meat for about 12 dinners, plus some of those dinners should carry some portions for leftovers for lunch the following day. So for fun, I got a little squirrely on my math. You follow me, you check my math, you see if you like it. So we spent $348.15, and then I went through, I just added up what I spent on the 12 dinners, on the meat for 12 dinners, and then also the hot dog buns, the baked beans, the corn, the pizza, the French fries. So total 14 dinners, that total came to $213. Divided the $213 by roughly 14 dinners. Now, you know, there's produce that's gonna go with some of this meat, but just as far as with what I bought today, because the meat's the most expensive portion, right? Even the cheaper chicken is still more expensive than our produce deals. So out of the $213 that we spent today towards dinners, break that down by 14, okay? $15.28 per dinner with what I bought today, divided by a household of 10, it's roughly $1.52 per person. But then of course items such as like our grass-fed ground beef was $25.96. I spent about $13 on cheese. That's not in this dinner total. Spent almost $12 on cream cheese, but I spent $41 on the gluten-free bread alone. So there were other items additionally that took it from the $213 that I spent on dinner specific items to make these 14 dinners to get it up to $348. And now just to show you, I'm circling everything that I'm counting like for these dinners coming up. And of course, all that meat, because this was the search for cheap meat deals. So I feel like in one way, this was a lot of money for not much meat. But whenever I multiply it out and I'm like, okay, well the meat alone is going to be 12 dinners. So looking at it that way, that's phenomenal. And then of course we've got some fun kid meals in there too, of course, like the hot dogs and I mean, you're fancy if you got hot dog buns, okay, for real. And then with the hot dogs having baked beans and corn. And then of course tonight, the night of all nights, having pizza and French fries. Pretty cool. I just want to encourage you with this meal breakdown, roughly how I plan to use these proteins, because I know when you see things like $32, I mean, when I see $32 for just one roast for one dinner that might have a few portion leftovers, it's like, what in the world? How can anyone do this? However, when I take all the meat together, you know, throw in some cheaper chicken, throw in some cheaper pork loins, and average it all out to all the meals, it'll give us variety. It'll give us a salmon dinner. It'll give us a $32 pork roast dinner. But we're also going to have a half pork loin and probably some baked potatoes and some more broccoli, because broccoli's our favorite, and some other options. Also, we'll have our cheaper chicken, our leg quarter dinners, and our chicken drumstick dinners. And we'll pair this chicken with a Costco chicken, you know. So there will be cheaper dinners with this budget money that I spent. Along with, hey, we also got some grass-fed ground beef to go in there. And at some point, we're going to do the 70-cent a pound turkey and get creative with that. So let that encourage you with buying meat, looking for meat deals, trying to figure out how to stretch your budget and how to make it all work with growing kids in a big household and all of those adventures. Then also thrift store wise, so I could not spend $3.99 a cup in there. I couldn't talk to you too much in there because their music was so loud. I can't do $3.99 for a cup at a thrift store unless it's like the perfect cup, right? But they had a bag. I mean, 'tis the season, you know, we're wearing orange, so we're basically almost ready for Christmas. Anyway, this 4 bag of cup, it just ended up being a little more than $1 a cup. I already took them out of the bag. I think they were like $4.29 or so. There you go. We got a Goodwill bag, and I got these boots. But there will be 3 of us that will enjoy the boot options. Whoops, I'm throwing it on the floor. These also looked cute, and I thought we can add those to our collection. Then my little guys, you probably hear them singing, they got so many fun stuffies that are already getting baths and having adventures, and then they picked this out for the preschooler. $3.99. I'm like, I don't know, but they were happy, so I was happy, and this little dinosaur guy goes to him. All the other stuffies are already living their best life. Now, John Henry banana deals from last week. You know, in my recent produce video from John Henry General Store, they had the $9.99 box, 40 pounds for $9.99, or 80 pounds for $10. I bought these with the intention of freezing them for smoothies. Haven't got to it yet. They're judging me. We've eaten some out of them, but we're gonna now get them in baggies and get them in the freezer. I have really liked getting different food prep and cooking projects done on these full-size sheet pans. So yeah, going to town, banana processing time. So again, last week at the John Henry General Store, just put hearts in my eyes, okay? Heart in my eyes emojis. $9.99 for a 40-pound box of bananas. Yes, take my money. What? A second 40-pound box for 1 penny more, $10? Take my money. They were not overripe when I bought them a week ago, and we did have a couple bunches from them. However, I also had some Walmart bananas left, and that's okay. So I knew that they were fine sitting there for the week. It was actually just today, this day, that we went to search for America's cheapest meat deals, and we went into Aldi today, and we got some deals, and that's good. We broke those prices down, cost per dinner, and that's pretty decent for feeding 10 people. On this day is when I saw the fruit flies, and I was like, yep, okay, 70 pounds of bananas that are left. This is your day. You're going in the freezer. All we do, we take them out of the peels. Now, I've actually frozen bananas in the peels. It's fine. You just got to deal with the peels at some point. The peels will turn black if you freeze them. And so then you are just peeling off black peels off your bananas. However, whenever my folks see all these bananas, they're like, oh, smoothies, oh, banana bread, oh, bananas for all the things. They absolutely love having bananas in the freezer. And because of these deals at John Henry that we've been able to work, I don't know, 4 years now, 5 years. I don't remember going to the John Henry General Store during COVID. I think they were open before that, but I think I've been actively going. Well, we're now almost in 2026, right? Maybe 4 or 5 years myself. And you don't know when they'll get the banana deals in, but when they get them, I love to go get them. And so these last several years, we are able to have several freezer gallon bags of bananas ready to go. And it is so awesome when that happens. My kids will take one of the frozen gallon bags and bring it up to the kitchen, and they will all take turns making smoothies, and that's amazing. Of course, when I go to make, which I haven't made banana bread recently, not in the last few years, but in the past, we've made our share of banana bread and banana muffins and peanut butter banana muffins and all those wonderful combinations around here. I will take one of those freezer gallon bags, just put it in a metal mixing bowl in the refrigerator, still in the bag, let it defrost, and the next day use it for my baking. Actually, now, while I am here going through, one of my guys has joined me to help me break down these bananas out of the bunches and get them into the freezer, and I appreciate that. I got another guy slinging our Aldi pizza and our French fries for dinner and loading the dishwashers, so we're all working together around here. But my one family member who was helping me get these bananas in freezer bags was like, yeah, remember at the Forest House, we always had the bread machines going on the counter. Not long after that, my 10-year-old joins in, hey, Mom, what about banana bread? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe before 2025 is done, we will get the bread machines out. I just was thinking through the steps. You know, I need easy breezy lemon squeezy, because life is not easy breezy lemon squeezy. And so I need things, I need what can be to be, please, right? So let's talk through the workflow. We could get the bread machines out. We could put them on the counter. And what I used to love to do at the farmhouse and the Forest House, I just layered my ingredients in the bread machines. I hit a couple buttons. I think now, if I remember correctly, at some point with some of the recipes, I needed to pull the dough hook out. No, I pulled the dough hook out at the end. Yes. I'm just, don't mind me. It has been a couple years. I'm going through the steps in my brain. The dough hook would do its dough hook things. The bread would bake with the dough hook in it. Then, whenever we would pull the delicious bread out of the bread machine, I would then remove the dough hook from the bottom of the bread. Totally fine. We'd slice it down. Now, in the past, I would also keep the bread machines running all day. Get 4 to 6 loaves done. Try to, only set out 2 to 3 of those and get the other 2 to 3 in the freezer for future days when I can't have the bread machines running all day. And I was able to remember we used to do the freezer fruit bread? So many delicious recipes. Now the freezer fruit bread, I would bake that in the oven. And that's a really good recipe for using all kinds of random fruit. I bet I could use my freezer fruit bread recipe with these bananas. In the past, I've used strawberries, I've used mixed berries, I've made blueberries. You know, in the past, we also made blueberry murder bread, right? We just murdered those blueberries, we made purple bread, but the bread was still delicious. So we have all kinds of cooking adventures around here. Thank you for dealing with me, as October has been a slower video volume month, but I have been getting a huge personal project done that is super important to me. I am almost done with that, and so as I say, cleaning out the basement, it's a coming. So many of you told me in my last video where I showed you that chicken freezer acting up, you told me to get child locks for it, and that would help seal that door. So I've ordered some. I ordered 2 different kinds on Amazon. So when we get to that basement and freezer cleaning day, oh yes we will, it's a coming, I'd like to install those locks and see if that helps that freezer straighten up, right? Because that's what we need. Got 1 box filling up, and I got my pile over here. Don't get confused by the chicken broth, that's just a camera tripod, haha. We have our gallon bags filling up. I've got 4 so far. They're on their 4th over there, so 8. We'll probably end up with 10 to 12 when we're done. Alrighty, so we ended up with 9. Oh, if I can pull it over. This last bag was a little light, but that's okay. And yeah, we just squish them down. These are going to be used for smoothies, for banana bread, for other baking adventures. I don't think this is 2 months worth. I think this will be like 4 weeks of bananas for us, maybe. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I appreciate you. Tell me the good meat deals you've been finding and where you've been finding them. I'll talk with you in those comments below, and I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.